Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Good American Family star Imogen Reid explains Natalia Grace's gut-wrenching twist in episode 5. The actor and the creator Katie Robbins detail the emotional change in perspective in the show's 5th episode. Good American Family viewers saw a shift in perspective in the Hulu drama's 5th episode. Titled Too Hurty Without It, Episode 5 puts the spotlight on Natalia Grace, portrayed by 27-year-old British actor Imogen Reid, after her adoptive parents, Michael and Christine Barnett, move and leave her on her own in a small apartment. The episode, creator and co-showrunner Katie Robbins tells TODA.com, was meant to make viewers question everything they've seen before and their assumptions that they've made surrounding Natalia and her circumstances. Good American Family is a fictionalization of Grace's true story. Born in Ukraine with a rare form of dwarfism, Grace was adopted by a New Hampshire couple in 2008, before they put her up for readoption in 2010, according to a 2021 document from the Court of Appeals in Indiana obtained by TODA.com. Grace was then adopted by Michael and Christine Barnett, who began to suspect that she was not a little girl, but a grown adult who was trying to kill them. According to the Court of Appeals document, Grace's Ukrainian adoption paperwork stated she was born in 2003. The couple had Grace medically and psychologically tested before they successfully had a court order to change her birth year from 2003 to 1989. Based on age estimates provided by a primary care physician and social worker, per the document from the Indiana Court of Appeals. Grace has maintained that she was a child at the time of her adoption, and that Christine Barnett told her to say she was older. I was terrified of her. I was terrified, so when Christine told me to tell people that I was 22, I listened because I didn't know what she would have me do. I didn't know what she would do to me. Grace says in the documentary, The Curious Case of Natalia Grace. She threatened me into telling people lies. At first I said, no, I'm a kid, and I guessed she just got so mad, she continued. According to a 2019 affidavit filed in the Tippecanoe Court in Indiana obtained by TODA.com, a doctor at Peyton Manning Children's Hospital examined Grace and determined her age was about 8. A skeletal examination of Grace found she was 11 years old in 2012, per the affidavit. The document from the Indiana Court of Appeals also states that in 2013, the Barnetts did in fact move Grace into 2 apartments in Indiana and helped her get federal disability benefits and supportive services to help her as an adult. The couple then relocated to Canada with their 3 biological children. This is where episode 5 starts. Prior to that, Good American Family was told from Christine Barnett, Ellen Pompeo, and Michael Barnett's Mark Duplass perspective, depicting Natalia as a sinister adult pretending to be a child. The latest episode details Natalia living on her own without her walker. She struggles with everyday tasks like turning on the shower and getting into the bathtub, which makes her unable to bathe herself. Because of her small stature, she isn't able to reach the top cabinets in the kitchen and finds it difficult to make herself a meal. She is seen spending her days in front of the television, eating junk food as the apartment becomes a mess. All alone, at one point, she accidentally cuts her hand trying to open a can of food. I don't know what to do, Natalia says as her hand is covered in blood. Mommy, please mommy, I don't know how to take care of this. She seeks help from a neighbor, who confuses her for a child, but Natalia tells her she's an adult who looks young. I remember reading the script and thinking, oh, this is going to be a big episode for me. Reid tells TODA.com. It was a little daunting because it's just me and long hours on set. The episode, Robbins tells TODA.com, is the first time Natalia is seen on screen by herself. One might not realize it watching the first 4 episodes, but in those first 4 episodes, you're never in a scene only with Natalia. She can only be in a scene if she's in a scene with Christine or Michael, because those episodes are from their perspective, Robin says. So by the time you get to episode 5 and you're on the other side of that door, it's the first time you've been in a room alone with her. As the episode continues, viewers see Natalia getting into trouble after she and the neighbor's grandson take the bus and get lost while attempting to go to the Barnett's home. She is treated poorly by adoptive parents, who after the incident have to move her to a new apartment, which happens to be on the second floor and even smaller. The hardships continue for Natalia, who feels abandoned, yet attempts to straighten up. All of a sudden you have to say, oh my gosh, all these things that have come to believe about her, were they true, or were they not true? Robin says, and that episode was incredibly emotional to write, and it was incredibly emotional to film. Robin says that watching Reid film her solo scenes was incredibly emotional for everyone on set. Watching Imogen play those scenes, people on our crew, people who have been doing this job for decades and who have seen it all, seasoned pros, were crying watching her because of the vulnerability that she brings and because of the themes that it deals with, Robin's adds. Reid tells TODA.com that the 5th episode does such an amazing job of showing her character's point of view. She's just been abandoned, and she's not only 8 years old, but she has a disability, and it's just so heartbreaking to see her go through all of that, she says. And for her to just get worse and worse as we go on, because she can't look after herself. Episode 5 is something that I'm genuinely so proud of. Viewers will continue to see life from Natalia's perspective when episode 6 of Good American Family premieres Wednesday, April 16. In the 5th episode of Hulu's Good American Family, the narrative pivots dramatically, offering viewers a poignant glimpse into the life of Natalia Grace through her own eyes. Portrayed by the talented newcomer Imogen Reid, this episode unveils the raw and emotional truths that have long been obscured by conflicting perspectives. The series, inspired by the real-life saga of Natalia Grace, initially presented the story from the viewpoint of her adoptive mother, Christine Barnett. Barnett's portrayal painted Natalia as a deceptive adult masquerading as a child, leading to a controversial legal battle that included changing Natalia's birth year from 2003 to 1989. However, Episode 5 marks a significant turning point by adopting Natalia's perspective, revealing the complexities of her experiences and challenging the previously accepted narrative. Imogen Reid, in her first major television role, delivers a compelling performance that captures the vulnerability and resilience of Natalia. Reid's portrayal humanizes Natalia, allowing viewers to empathize with her struggles and question the assumptions made about her. Co-star Mark Duplass, who plays Michael Barnett, lauds Reid's debut, noting that it showcases her potential for future roles in major franchises. Through Natalia's eyes, Episode 5 exposes the neglect and isolation she endured. Without the necessary support, Natalia faced challenges that no child should have to confront alone. Her perceived threats and behaviors are reframed as cries for help from a traumatized child seeking love and stability. The episode underscores the significance of whose story is told and believed. By shifting the narrative to Natalia's viewpoint, the series highlights the dangers of bias and the impact of perspective on understanding complex situations. Reid reflects on this shift, expressing her preference for portraying Natalia's point of view, which she describes as so heartbreaking and a nuanced story that is challenging to convey. Imogen Reid's portrayal of Natalia Grace in Episode 5 of Good American Family serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of empathy and understanding. It challenges viewers to reconsider preconceived notions and to approach complex stories with an open mind and heart. As Reid continues to build her career, her performance in this episode establishes her as a formidable talent capable of bringing depth and authenticity to her roles.